What's going on? This is Magic Mitch, and in this video, you're gonna see me battle a big old bowl of spaghetti. And this is day 43, challenge number 27 of this tour across the UK and Europe. And for this particular battle, I'm at Mr. Spaghetti in Roeselare, Belgium, taking on their Mr. XL Spaghetti Bolognese challenge. Now with this challenge, it's pretty straightforward. You have a 2.4 kg or 5.28 pound bowl of spaghetti bolognese. And no, the cheese isn't required, but I thought it'd be a nice addition flavor-wise. Now if you're able to finish this entire bowl of spaghetti bolognese within the 30-minute time limit, you get the €20 meal for free, you also get your picture up on their wall of fame, and you get to keep that sweet looking bib. Now overall, I gotta say, I'm a big fan of this spaghetti challenge, though there is one extra rule to this challenge, and I don't see it that often, but when I do, it still really, I guess you could say, grinds my gears, which is that time is supposed to start as soon as the food is brought out. And I gotta be honest, I'm not really a big fan of this rule, like at all. Mainly because you would think that since this thing comes out piping hot, it would be a liability of sorts if someone just happened to unfortunately burn themselves during this challenge. Also, if you're taking photos and videos of this challenge, it gives the restaurant more exposure. So why would you want to rush the person who's taking the time to promote your challenge and the restaurant? I can understand if part of the challenge is to do it while it's still hot, and granted, I did get some time personally to take some photos and such, but not nearly as much time as Randy, who was taking his sweet time to get things ready. And by the way, we do have another food fighter who's traveling along with us at this point of the tour, and if you don't know who he is, you'll definitely be finding out soon enough in a future video. But getting back to the hot topic at hand, as far as how I go about dealing with steamy situations like this, in certain cases, like this XL Spaghetti eating challenge, it's not always the amount of food that's the biggest hurdle. It's the actual temperature of the food itself. So managing the heat while you eat is essential. Unless, of course, you don't mind getting the inside of your mouth just burned to oblivion. But personally, I'd like to keep my taste buds. I value them very much, which is why in cases like this, I'll add either a bit of cold water or ice, which is the best way to cool off the food quickly. But I'm also not going to be a deviant and just drown this entire thing like I'm putting out a fire. Just a little bit to cool it off, without ruining the flavor or anything like that. And in this case, there was only a thin top layer of sauce, with the rest of it basically being a bunch of noodles. So any water and ice was going to turn into more steam in a matter of seconds anyways. So as far as actually eating the spaghetti, it breaks down like this. I just take my big old fork, grab me some spaghetti, give it a few blows, close your eyes, and then just pray it all works out. Now usually after a few good blows, it's enough to keep it cool, so it doesn't just absolutely demolish the inside of your mouth. And of course, I'll also have cold water by my side, which I'll usually chase after each bite, but even then, sometimes that mouthful of spaghetti, it's just packing way more heat than you expected. And really if that happens, you just gotta do your best to deal with it and move on. Oh, and something else that's fun to deal with is that constant steam, which kind of makes it feel like it's your own personal sauna for your face, which I gotta say, it really unclogs the pores. Okay, I'm sorry, because I'm sure that's not exactly the visual you want while you're watching someone eat a bunch of food. But anyways, that's kind of the reason why I'm more relaxed with these types of challenges, and I really don't emphasize speed eating, even though in most food challenges I really don't. But especially in this case, as long as I get it under the 30 minutes, get the win, bust out those post-victory push-ups, it's a good day for me. Also, in this case, I was also looking to claim that sweet looking bib, which is part of the reason why I'm giving this challenge a thumbs up in terms of the setup, because it's basically the gold standard. Just swap out the shirt, which I've already got a bazillion of, and replace it with something that's a little bit more unique. Also thinking about it, this is something I could wear in future food adventures, and it wouldn't be trying to choke me out like it's an MMA fight, like with that baby bib. Also, I just want to point out that I haven't personally come across many spaghetti or pasta food challenges during my adventures, which, I don't know, I always thought that there'd be such an easy and cost-effective challenge to make. And with so many types of pasta dishes out there, there's so much potential for variety too. And as for the taste, again, I'm giving this one a thumbs up. Now, once you get past the whole trying to avoid the liqua magma from melting your face aspect part of the spaghetti challenge, it's actually quite enjoyable. The only criticism I would have is that you only get a thin layer of that bolognese on top, and the rest is just straight noodles. But using some of the cheese did add some great flavor into the mix. I just didn't want to get too crazy with it since it wasn't required for the challenge. Now as I complete my post-victory push-ups, be sure to leave a little magic of your own by liking the video and leaving a comment down below so we can keep the conversation going. And if you haven't already, be sure to check out some of the other food adventures that took place during this tour, and I'll see you in the next one.